Welcome to the Integration Station. I'm Ashley Michaud, your coach. It's all happening. Hello, you beautiful souls. I'm here with a guest, Karen, today. And Karen actually reached out to me. She found my business card in a town that I was visiting. And as soon as we hopped on the phone, we're like, we need to make this kind of collaboration happen. She's got a wealth of knowledge here, some cool technology that she wants to share with us when it comes to health and wellness. So without further ado, I'm going to pass over to Karen. He can fill you in on all the details.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate very much the opportunity to share this amazing product. It's an innovative product. The passion comes from me being a caregiver for over 20 years. And being a caregiver, it's very easy to just give and give and give. My energy level, I really reached out into the quantum field of energy to pull things in and to hold things together. There was a moment in my life that I believed more than one of my family members were probably on a path of palliative path or a suicide mission. Like I said, more than one family member. And things got really hairy for me, trying to keep it all together. So keeping my elevation was really important to me. And I met a lot of like-minded people. And it wasn't only just being in the whole, keep the right attitude and take care of yourself and take time for yourself. But it was also trying to give that to others without having them necessarily come to it. And like I said, if you're on a suicide mission, that's kind of, it's not easy to convince somebody to get off of that. Mental health, we all know, is so important right now. And so I got into the field and I said, something's coming, like, save me, save my family. I want the quality of life back that I used to have. And this came into my life. It's very simple. It's just salts and crystals on the inside there. And so you peel off the stickers and you stick it on anywhere. You just stick it on your body. And that's how it works. You wear it for 12 hours on and you wear it for 12 hours off. So what happens is your body activates this. Nothing gets absorbed into your body. You don't swallow anything. It's just this. When your light, as we're all light beings, when your light hits this, it reflects back into your own body. And when your light goes back into your own body, there's studies that show it elevates a GHK copper peptide, kind of like the sun elevates vitamin D in our body. Our body's amazing. It does all the work for us. We just have to know how to trigger it, what foods to feed it, and what products like the sun or these new organic crystals, just to wear them like this. There's also studies that show when we have elevated GHK copper peptides in our body, in our system, then our skin cells become a pluripotent stem cell. And basically that's just another word for stem cells. So this skin cell becomes a stem cell, and then it goes in our body wherever we need it. And our body knows it's functioning best. So we don't even have, you can put it here, you can put it on your neck, you can put it on the place of pain. A lot of people are having knee pain. I do want to say, I am not making claims to treat or cure illness or disease. I am not a doctor. This product is product approved for better health and wellness. However, having said that, I feel compelled to tell you my story. My stories go from a heroin addict with an injury to the brain. And, I studied a lot on the brain because, well, the other one had a injury to the brain and a heart attack. So when the brain can become catastrophically bruised, I call it, for lack of a more technical term, it can affect the way that our body will produce these hormones or the vitamin D or any of these things. But somehow I have felt that by wearing these patches, the brain has repaired itself, the heart can repair itself. The addiction, there's different patches. The addiction will also take you ups and downs. And while the family was going through the heroin withdrawal, which you can imagine is a little dramatic, some of these patches kind of made the process a little less painful. The shaky legs that they get can become enough to drive them to their next hit. There's a carnosine patch that I would put on the legs, and we would kind of bypass through that shaky leg withdrawal. And I'm not the only one that's been using these for these different types of help. I've known one of my friends with Parkinson's. She's got amazing results that after 2 decades of being in care, a 24-hour care, she started to be independent. She would get up by herself and be able to go to the bathroom or go to the kitchen and get a drink of water by herself. And really, that's like quality of life that is unbelievable. And because it's natural and your body does all the work, it's just something that I am very passionate about sharing with others. The cost isn't very much, considering the results that they are given. Only 30% about 50% of people will feel a difference or notice a difference in the first 30 days. There's 2 ways to get a wholesale price for the patches. This is how they come. They come in an envelope, 30 in an envelope. And the first way is to become a preferred customer. And by becoming a preferred customer, you get the wholesale cost of $100 for the month's supply. You just wear it for 12 hours, take it off. A lot of us are putting them on our pets the next day or for the evening. Again, leave it on the pet for 12 hours, take it off. Their cataracts are clearing up. I had a 95-pound puppy with knee surgery that within 1 week was weight bearing and had full range of motion on their knee after the surgery. And I was just so thankful to have that, because in the midst of the chaos of the family members having all their issues, I then had a 95-pound puppy to try to keep off the leg, which speeding up that healing process was an amazing thing. So it's a $20 fee to become a preferred customer, and that signs you up for a monthly supply to be automatically shipped to you. And that when it automatically ships to you, you can cancel it at any time. And 90 days from the date you order it, you have that money back guarantee where you can, if you didn't like it. And the other way that you can get a wholesale cost is to become a distributor. And to become a distributor, there is a $25 fee, and that will give you the wholesale cost, and you're not signed up for automatic automatic shipment if you don't want to be, although most of us all are, because it's not only something that we love ourselves to wear every day, it's something also that we love to share. We love to just, put it on somebody's neck or put it on their, I had a lady come in and she had a headache, migraine for 3 days. She said, I'm not staying long. I've got a 3-day headache. I said, oh, let me, so I peeled off a patch and I actually put it here on their temple. Wait, it was like 3 minutes later. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what happened? They said, my headache went from being all this, so it started in the front and it went all the way down to the bottom of their neck. After 3 minutes, she said, my headache is now starting here. It's no longer here. It starts here and it only goes to here. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And I had never personally seen the results so quickly yet. And I was like, oh, this is really cool technology. 10 minutes later, actually, they asked me, can I go for a quick nap? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Take our spare room. They were like, I can't believe my 3-day headache is gone. So it's a nice idea to become a distributor. Not only do you get the wholesale cost, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. But if you come in at a silver package, which gives you a 3-month supply, that's $300. And so it kind of waives the fee of the sign up, and you get 3 months supply. And so one for you, one for your family member, and one to share, because it is something that you can't help but share with others. And I in the past thought, oh, I've tried different marketing businesses before, and I'm just not a salesperson. I'm not that person who can try to convince somebody of something. It's not me, but it's not anything I've had to do with this product. I mean, I've got people with arthritis that was so bad, they were drinking their water like this because their hands hurt so much. They couldn't close it around a glass. They needed 2, and they couldn't move their fingers. They couldn't close their hands at all because the arthritis was so bad. 6 weeks they were on the patches, and they were back cutting with a knife, back in the kitchen, being a chef, holding glasses wasn't a problem. They could even open jars again and, really grip and cut through potatoes and everything. And at 6 weeks is a long time to wait for something. I don't think that person noticed anything was happening. It's a slow healing. It's a cellular level healing. I say healing, but again, I'm not a doctor. It's just what our bodies do for itself. And I don't know, like 6 weeks for that was just amazing. And until they were cutting, and I'm like, your hands aren't hurting anymore? And they were like, oh, wow, yeah. And I thought, well, I don't think it just happened overnight, but people sometimes don't have that self-awareness when they do this. But I've also spoken to many, let's say, cranky old men, just for lack of a better term again. And it's incredible that by wearing the patches long term, as your body starts to get younger, because now you're putting a brand new cell on an old cell. So when it duplicates, it's duplicating a younger cell. So you're actually aging backwards. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, so they
Yes.
Go ahead. What was I talking about?
You're talking about aging backwards.
Yeah. Well,
reversing the aging process, or, you know, helping us
you don't know what it feels like to be 20 years younger until you're 20 years younger. It's a little bit like you don't know what it's like to not be able to have the use of your thumb until you jam your thumb and you're like, oh, now I can't use it, and it's kind of cumbersome to do anything. So yeah, the aging backwards is really, really neat. It's projected that people are going to have a very long quality of life with this technology. And the way that the world is going, I almost see this business opportunity more as like an Amazon type thing. The old marketing things, you had to buy the products, you brought the products home. I have these, and I do have extras because I can't help but love to share them. I even pop some in the mail. If you're interested, Ashley, I can send you some.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Amazon, so I place the order with people or for people online, and then the company ships it to them. So I'm out that way. So the business opportunity isn't like what it used to be. Everything is evolving so nicely. It's all going so well forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk a little bit more about the business opportunity, because I know before we hopped on this call or started to record, we were talking a little bit about MLMs, you know, how they used to be like Arbonne and like all these other ones. And it's like the people get so passionate about selling the product. But what you're saying here is that, you know, you can be passionate about it, but you don't have to be pushy about it. And that, you know, it's not a whole bunch of products. It's that they really had an expertise in one specific area. You know, it's something that is very unique. It's something that is completely natural. It's just salts and minerals and crystals. You know, it's definitely a new technology, and it's helping in many different areas. When it comes to the business opportunity itself too, it's like, when it's just a natural thing that once we find something that works for us, that we want to share it with somebody else. So why not go into these kinds of MLMs? You know, I don't specifically do that myself, but we also do host an ambassador program where it's almost the same thing. So whether you're an ambassador for a program or doing an MLM, it's about finding what it is that you love and tapping into that naturally wanting to share it thing, just getting into that action. And it's also really natural when you're of service to other people to get compensated for that. So, you know, if you're passionate about any one of these products, you know, we've had on other people who are sharing different products on this podcast. So, you know, for anybody who's been watching all of them, I think finding something that works for you, experimenting in these ways and earning some extra income could be a great asset. You know, it does put you into service mode. It does give you a wholesale price for whatever products that you're going for. And you can earn a little extra income too while you're getting up and going in the health field or in the healing space.
I agree 100%. This technology actually, I mean, the company's been around for 20 years, but this specifically stem cell activation, it only was released 3 years ago. There are already people that are topped out on the comp plan, which pays out 60% of the sales, which is more than any comp plan I didn't know, but I know now because I've listened to other people, and they're like, I can't believe this comp plan. And so it's still patent for another 17 years. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make a go at this. And I was thinking that grumpy old man thing, that's where I lost my thought. Once this starts on your body and you start feeling well, and then you forget how it felt like to be in all that pain, it's almost as if these then start to add your brain and your heart into coherency, and life just flows. the crankiness just doesn't exist.
I'm curious, in your own story, what are the results that you've seen personally, not just on other people, but in your own life, in your own body?
I had fibroids, and they can be very uncomfortable. The doctors will ignore you for years. Not only uncomfortable, it got to the very embarrassing stage for me where I couldn't leave my home. And then I had surgery booked, and I was 2.5 months into wearing these, and I had a 3-day cycle, pain-free, normal, no heavy flow. I was like, okay, wait. COVID had just happened. The hospitals were shutting down. So I thought, well, I'm going to cancel or postpone that surgery because my symptoms haven't been like all of a sudden, I'm like, they're okay. 2 years later, almost 2 years later, still normal flow, normal cycles. I'm going next month actually to have a follow-up ultrasound to see if my fibroids are even still there, because I do feel bloated sometimes. But again, if it's not bothering you, why do I have to go through a surgery? I feel younger. So I'm getting to be 50. My 2 older sisters already hit that mark, and I'm right behind them. But I'm feeling 30, and it's pretty incredible. With the things that I do, the mental clarity that comes back is, it just, like I said, you don't know what it's like to feel 20 years younger until you're feeling 20 years younger.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like those moments when we like call forth our like sage, wiser version of ourselves. It's like, but we are that wiser version of ourselves, just in a younger body. It's a beautiful, idea to even put out there. And what you're giving us here, or what you're offering us here, is that it's more than an idea. This can actually be real. This is fact.
This is real. The owner and inventor, David Schmidt, he's actually been referred to as a mix between a Nikola Tesla and an Iron Man. And the Iron Man is the humanitarian in him. Like, he's got patents on this health things, but he's got a lot of other things going on where he's saving the ocean. Like, he's an inventor, and I know he's got over 80 different patents already, and he's like Iron Man. I mean, he doesn't have the protection but the kindness of the man is incredible. And and that makes the community that much more special. Like, the community of life waivers, they're all so, I mean, some of us have fibroids. I could have went for a surgery and been done with the issue, and then my life would have carried on normally. But there's some people that are life waivers, and they've been living in chronic ailments of some sort for sometimes a half a century, that nothing has been able to help them. And I'm watching them, like me, just get so happy about it because they got their life back. Yeah. And that always feels good.
Yeah. And the thing about surgeries too, and a lot of the stuff in the medical system, like, don't get me wrong, like, emergency room care is amazing, and I'm sure this being in the healthcare field too. But there's so many other things like mental health, addiction, just chronic pain, all of these mystery diagnoses where people are getting misdiagnosed. For those people, and even surgeries, it's like, it doesn't get to the root of the problem. That care doesn't work in all spaces. It works in an emergency room. It doesn't work for everything else. That's why people stay in chronic pain on so many medications for 14, 16 years. Sometimes I'm working with people who've been on it since they were 16 years old, and now they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, coming to me asking for help with natural therapies. And, I'm honored to be here now, not only present, what it is that we share and what we do, but also, help the collective here, share what all you guys are doing as well and have to offer, because there's so much out there that will help cure the root of the issue instead of having the focus on the diagnosis. Like, let's just be fair here. There's, nobody's sick because they're having a pharmaceutical deficiency, we'll say. There's, or, because they didn't have surgery. It's, there's a reason why the person needs the surgery, and to get to the roots of those problems is amazing. For you to be able to postpone a surgery and, take control of your health in this way, deserves a lot of credit. And you've done a great job so far, Karen.
So if anybody was interested in looking at the science or even some of the testimonials, I mean, sports enthusiasts, NFL players, like, there are a lot of people picking up on this. We all know how bad the NFL players abuse they're the whole reason we're now paying so much attention to the concussion symptoms.
Yep.
They can go to startx39.com. So it's startx39.com. And then if you like what you see, get a hold of me or get a hold of Ashley, and we can totally hook you up with your with your own supply. They deliver it right to your door.
Yeah, that's amazing. And there's no third party. It just goes right through the system, which is great too. And I would even say, like, on top of any sports enthusiasts, also any fighters that are out there, anybody, doing any like parkour or UFC or anything like that, this would be an asset. Dr. Dan Engel has the concussion manual, but it's, reading a book is not the same as using a product or working with somebody, maybe a coach or a functional medicine doctor or something too. It's about creating a team and a system for you. And that sometimes means reaching out to multiple people. That sometimes means getting things from multiple resources, and that's why we're hosting the integration station here. Go ahead, Karen.
This is not for, it's not to treat or cure illness or disease. This is not, it's shipped into Canada as an acupressure point stimulator. It's in over 80 countries around the world. And that's how, so it's not coming in as a stem cell activation technology. That's just a bonus.
Yeah, a lot of our community knows a bit about acupuncture and acupressure and things like that already too. Many who come to me have already worked in therapies like this. So, if what you're saying about the pricing is correct there, then, this is saving a lot of those people money. Even if it's just part of the time, you can still use the people, but having a product there that you can work with every day may be a great asset too. So, Karen, last question is just, how can everybody find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram as well. You can
I will link everything below, but if you want to share your number or email or even website or something, so
you can text me at 289-241-7858. I'm also on the WhatsApp and the Telegram app.
Same phone number?
Yeah, same phone number. And you can reach me at AMESTOY, S like Sam, @hotmail.com. But you can reach me that way too. If you say stem cell in the subject line or at the beginning of your text, just stem cells, and then ask me whatever it is if you have questions, we can schedule a time where we can talk and I can get any of your questions answered. It sounds too good to be true. I felt that way until I could go on and on about personal stories that I've seen changes that I've seen, blood work that I have seen improve. Like the blood work is improving, and I'm just, the person is not doing anything else. They're still, the diet's the same, everything's the same. The only difference is the patches, and their blood's improving. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah. It sounds like it. I'm really grateful you're here too. It's amazing new technology. It was new to me, and I knew that I had to have you on to share with others just your story in general and what you've seen so far. Coming from, someone who's been in the healthcare field for many years, taking care of people who are really sick, it means a lot coming from someone like you. Thank you so much for your time, Karen. I'll share with you the coffee and everything as we get this rolling out this summer. So thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I look forward to meeting more in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you in there as well into our network.
All right.
Talk soon. Bye.
I love you all.
Yes. We love you too. And thank you. And I had no idea how old you were. So thank you for sharing that sheet, because you look amazing. I would have think that you were even younger than me, but thank you so much.
Well, you know what? There are testimonials. People are literally aging backwards. Like, some people have gray hair that are turning like brown. It's the technology is mind-blowing.
I thought I was going gray early because of all the, drugs and drinking I did before I got sober. And, I own it. I don't want to hide anything, just like my scars, and I'm covered in them, but at the same time, it shows where you're at on the health scale. I can own it with confidence as much as I like. But, I would rather know that I'm going to live a long, happy, healthy life. I mean, I feel healthy in my body, but the looks are a lot. We just had somebody on about etiquette and the personal look when you're in the business world, and so it makes a difference, is what I'm saying. And you look great. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing these details about your own life and your own story. We'll talk soon, though.
All right. I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.